been feeling like I'm ready for the top. Got the pedal to the metal, I've been grinding non-stop, killing every instrumental, and I knew just what I wanted. Now I gotta go and get it, and I'm never looking back, only looking where I'm headed, and I doubt it for a minute, trying to get another win.
Alright guys, so listen, I've been playing poker over 20 years. I've played buy-ins as low as $20 all the way to $1 million. I've come across players of all sort of player types and skill levels, and I know people want to believe, right, that people in the one drop are just rich and they have the bankrolls. Probably not, actually. Most of them, almost all of them, outside of the recreationals, or a guy like Rick Solomon who makes more money in poker than all of us combined because he gets in ridiculous games. They don't have the bankroll per se to properly play this, so they take percentages of themselves and sell to other people that are willing to invest in them. Why? Why are they willing to invest in them? Because these are the hardest working players in the game at the highest level. They're using solvers, they're training daily, they're really on the ball with all the latest technology and advances in the game, and they're simply among the best in the world. Now, it doesn't mean that of the 24 players in this one drop, all of the best, say for example, all the top 10 are there. But I would say it's hard pressed to think that the 8 or 9 out of the top 10 are not in this one. You've got all the players who have had a lot of success over the past year at the highest levels. And one thing that I guess you just couldn't understand unless you actually played it, is the level of play in these is different. So let's say you had a guy, and I'm not going to name a name, but let's say a guy who does well in main events, like 5K main events or lower, and he has a skill set that really works in that. Until or unless he can translate that skill set into the high rollers and beat these guys, he's playing a different game of poker. Simply, it's just a different form of poker. I make major adjustments for when I play against the best in the world versus when I'm playing smaller events with lesser players. But you guys got to get over this. I understand people just want to believe that it's just none of these guys aren't the best. They'd have them come and try to win the $500 with 2,000 players in it. Of course, they're probably not going to win that either. But it's just I don't know. It's hard to explain. Anyway, what I'm really loving about this tournament, as I said, guys, I don't really like turbos. This is not quite a turbo. I mean, we get at least some play on day one. It will speed up with 1 hour levels. The average stack is just about 65 bigs right now, which is a little on the shorter side. But hey, than you would see in the Super High Roller Bowl. But we feel very, very comfortable coming in third in chips right now. My buddy Phil Ivey is second, and Rick Solomon, who is a name we all call him, and this is his nickname. We call him Scum. I didn't name him. And I think a lot of that had to do with sort of the Paris Hilton tapes. He's the guy from the Paris Hilton tapes, if you don't know that. So yeah, but I mean, I know that you guys all just want to believe that it's just elitism talk, but I've played at all levels, and I can tell you, with some credibility here, I would hope that the best players in the world, the majority of them, are in this one drop. And there's of course some exceptions of guys, especially from Canada. There's a few players in Canada who aren't playing because of the tax situation, but I mean, among the names that you put into the conversation of is this guy the best tournament player in the world right now, they're there, okay? And we got a tough road ahead, but we're gonna give it our all. Get started over here, listening in on a German conversation. All I got was "Kann ich bitte Bier haben?" Seems a little early for that, but I'm sitting with Stefan Sondheimer, Christoph Vogelsang, Dominik Nietzsche, David Einhorn, as well as Kerry Katz. That's my starting table. When we get down to 16, we will redraw. Looks like a couple people are buying in today. One Reiner Kempe, and I don't know, maybe Gabe Kaplan or someone else. I'm not sure. Sounds like it's going to be a couple people throwing $1 million in on day 2. No big deal. Skip day 1. And joining our table, good morning, Reiner Kempe. Reiner Kempe, Dominik Nietzsche, Christoph Vogelsang, Stefan Sondheimer. That will be David Einhorn. And we've got Kerry Katz representing the United States of America.
Yes, swimming it.
Quick trip.
You know, yesterday, I never had a pocket pair higher than 10s.
Today you get aces.
So we got, I think it's break. Oh. Get out of people's way here. Make sure I don't miss hand. All right, 3.395 million. End of level 12, I guess. A couple key hands I want to share with you. One is pretty good cooler. I raised the button to 250,000 with blinds of 50 and 100. Now Stefan Sondheimer is in the small, and he only has 21 bigs, so he's going to shove a lot of hands there, but he flats. Okay, so there's a lot of hands we can take him off of. Flop is Jack 5-4 Rainbow, so we flop top pair. Checks, and the big blind also called. Flop is Jack 5-4 Rainbow. We bet 200,000. Stefan makes it 600. On a Jack 5-4, he can't have fives, he can't have fours, because or jacks and fives or jacks and fours. He never has any of those hands. So really, because he would shove those pre, the only hand he can have that beats us is queens, kings, or aces, which is pretty unlikely. We have an ace, so just queens or kings, and he's short anyway, 1.2 more. So I put it in for the total 1.8 on the flop, and he had the kings, so he lost that one. Then after that, somewhat ill-advised bluff. Dominic raised under the gun to 260. I flatted with ace-7 of diamonds. Christoph Vogelsang flats to small. David Einhorn calls from the big blind, four-way action. Comes Jack 7-3, Rainbow. Check to me, I elect to check back. Yeah, what's up, Phil? How much you got? Huh? How much you got? You are looking bigger.
Do what I can. I do what I can.
Yeah.
Trying to keep up with you.
How about you? How much you got, buddy? How much you got over here?
I don't know, 11 million.
You know, I don't know. It's like, I don't know, 11 million? That's why I got, everyone's got what they're supposed to have. That's what's up.
What you got?
I don't know, like
Fat boy?
3.4? Fat boy. I'll
Look
mess
at-
you
look
up.
at
I'll
this.
mess you up.
Look at
That's
that.
just like,
Look at his fucking belly.
here we go, Phil fucking Ivey. All right, so, flop comes Jack 7-3. What fucking gut? There's just a little bit of gut. So I gained a little weight. Relax, man. I had ACL surgery. We're gonna burn it off in the next month. Whatever. I can get skinny. You never can get pretty. So Jack 7-3. Check to me at check. Turn is a 4 spades. Brings back to a spade draw. Christoph bets 400K. Einhorn calls the 400K. We overcall. River's the 9 of spades. Christoph checks the river. Einhorn checks, and I decided I should have checked this one back, but I did. I bet 1.6 million at it, figuring I get him off a jack when the 9 of spade hits. And Christoph had the jack with a 10 of spades, so he had a flush. So that was that. So now we got a 20-minute break to regroup with the 3.4 million and run it up. I even asked. I literally asked. I said, "Isn't this a 20-minute break?" And they said yes. Okay. My mic thing fell.
I gotcha.
I literally asked when there was 20 minutes left in the level, is this going to be a 20-minute break? We are back from break, and as I said, they've been dropping the ball with this organization. This one, they screwed me again here, because it says 20-minute breaks on the thing. With 20 minutes left before the level, I asked, is this a 20-minute break? And then it literally said 20 minutes on the clock, 4 minutes left. I come back and miss a hand because they decided to switch to 15, and they let us know, literally, like apparently at the break, he announced it as people were leaving and running away. So that essentially, according to Christoph Vogelsang, costs about $30,000 to $4,000 in equity when you miss a hand at this stage, but such is life. At least it was just an under the gun hand, so I can't be too pissed off. It was my big blind. I might have like done bad things. All right, we busted. We went all in the small blind against Stefan with 10-7 of diamonds. He called with ace-6 offsuit. The board came 9-8, queen 3. We need a 6, 7, 10, or a jack. and we didn't hit any of them.
And I'm being told that the hits might still be coming as we swing to the outer table, where we find Daniel Negreanu all in and at risk with 10-7 of diamonds against Stefan Sondheimer's ace-6 offsuit.
Is this a pre-flop
It is.
entanglement? Okay.
And a 9 accompanied by a 3 and a queen, as there were certainly some better follow-up cards.
A lot of
The
stack
flop was out
fluctuations
there.
in this tournament, just based on those blinds creeping.
Here comes the turn. It's an
pair.
8.
Pair of 6s for my friend. This gentleman wants a 6. He asked for it very nicely.
Negreanu looking for a 6, 7, 10, a jack instead. The board pairs with a queen, and Kid Poker is out of there, Nick.
But he is. I think his resume speaks for itself. Not going to do the little send-off for Daniel, but he'll be back.
So that's it. But hang on one sec, guys. But I'm like genuinely pissed off because the last 2 World Series fucking events I played, both of them literally, I got fucked by the same floor man who's not doing his job correctly. The first time when he was supposed to break the tables and didn't, it screwed me there. Not that this is the reason why I lost, but it really sucks when like a guy's being lazy because he's not paying attention to what's going on, and then it screws you in a very, very important spot because the break was 20 minutes. It's always been 20 minutes. With 20 minutes to go, I asked, how long is the break? You know, and then he says, well, I told everyone. When did you tell everyone? When the break had already started and the clock had said 20 minutes up there, and then we came in and it still had 4 minutes. Really, really annoying that they handled this freaking event so poorly. This is the end of World Series rant, and it's not going to be pretty. I'm just getting started. No, I'm done. What do you need from me? More interviews?
Just your microphone.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so let's play back that clip one more time as I'm leaving with my thing, and let's hear exactly what the floor man said. Players, you're on a 20-minute break. Pretty good cooler. I raise the button. 20-minute break. I leave the room, and then Chuchi over here wants to say that he announced to the players it was going to be 15. Video proof proves otherwise, son. God, it's tilting. It's just frustrating. Again, it's just one hand, you know, but that hand could have been one of like, you know, 15 to 20% of the top of my range that's possible there. I could have opened, could have doubled up. A lot of things could have happened. It's just frustrating when, you know, when something like that happens that costs you. And I'm calming down about it because I've got no choice. But God, this guy, the same guy trying to tell me he said 15-minute break. Bro, listen to the tape. It says 20-20 twice. I don't screw up. I'm on time. You guys started 25 minutes late. I'm there in my chair 15, 20 minutes early. I'm never late. I'm only late if you lie to me about what time you're going to restart. Okay, so we're officially on the drive home. We'll not be back at the Rio anytime soon, probably till next year. Obviously frustrating entire summer. The last event is $1 million buy-in. For transparency's sake, I ended up having 40% of myself in this one. A lot of people were interested in buying action, and apologize to those for, you know, not doing better. But so we lost $400,000 in this event. So the World Series as a whole cost us like 700-some thousand, not including, you know, pieces we took of other people, which didn't go well either. And luckily, I guess, for the whole summer, we had that $3 million score in the Super High Roller Bowl to kind of, you know, deal with all that. As for the situation, just frustrating, like listening to sort of the smug response about how the guy says, I announced a 15-minute break, and then you're like, well, I have video and audio evidence that you said 20-minute I raised twice. And like, just because I'm like, it's big. I was even saying when we sat down, this tournament was supposed to start at noon. It was like 12:25. We still hadn't started. So they got us waiting around like chooches because there's a couple people that want to buy in. And I'm like, it's supposed to start at noon. Let's start at noon. I don't give a shit about all the ancillary things. If I'm told to be somewhere at noon, I'm there at 11:30 to make sure that I'm not late. So we started off the day with that annoyance. And then all of a sudden, you know, the way that he should have handled this was because he should have realized there was a lot of confusion in terms of like what happened here, is when you see that there's a few players that are not back yet, you know, at the 15-minute mark, wait a couple minutes to the 20 just in case, because it was your screw up, and because you also changed what's in the structure, and you also changed what's on the sheet, and you also changed what we were doing the entire tournament up until that point. I don't mind a 15-minute break. It's plenty for me. But if I'm told 20, I'm going to come back in time for 20. So really frustrating way for a World Series to go. The 10-7 suited hand, I mean, I was looking at Twitter already and like, people are stupid. with 19 big blinds in the small blind against a really good player like Stefan Sonheimer, 10-7 suited is so high up in a range that we can shove, it's not even funny. Like folding there or limping there would have been a mistake, like a clear-cut mistake. But the best play by far, by miles, in that spot is to move all in with 10-7 suited. There's really no argument you can make for any play except that. He had a 6 offsuit, and that hand ranks in a spot where he can call 19 big blinds. He thought about it for a second, but then realized like any ace he's supposed to call me with there. So now we're in a flip situation. We didn't win it, but if he has like a bad hand, we just win a couple blinds that are there. Worst case scenario, we're in like pretty close to a flip situation. So I don't want to hear people talk about how I tilted off with 10-7 suited, because you're fucking wrong. First of all, it's just like by far the best play. And I guess a lot of people don't know. They just see 10-7. Why did you go all in with 10-7? Because it's the best play available to me. So that's it, guys, man. Frustrating. What is it, 46 days of the World Series of Poker? I'm like stressed out. Didn't go as planned. Obviously we had no bracelet wins. We had, the whole thing with the breakup situation. That probably like didn't help. If anything, I still, like I said, thought I played phenomenally well throughout. I made one mistake today, small mistake, based on a timing tell I should have picked up on Christoph with the A7 bluff. Otherwise, it's a pretty decent bluff, but when Christoph took like almost a minute and used a time bank, I should have known that he was probably slightly stronger than just the jack and might call, but I thought because Einhorn was behind him that he would be in a tougher spot to call. So could have saved that 1.6 million. It's not like terrible theoretically. It's fine. So anyway, such is life. Rest of the month now, I told you I'm going to take a couple days and just chill and just unwind. And then we're going to work hard on sort of a meal plan, workout plan with my trainer. I'm going to do a month straight. And I think what we'll do, guys, is I'll clue you in on how that's going. Maybe like on a week-to-week basis. We'll just like do some updates, maybe some pictures and things like that. I'm hoping my knee holds up, because I haven't really put a lot of pressure on it since the surgery, but if it does, I'll be ready to get sexy. Phil Ivey calling me a fat fuck. I mean, really? Please, bro. I mean, I ain't fat. I'm 22% body fat. It's actually normal for actually it's considered ideal for my age range, but we're gonna bump that down to like 17 or 18% and to get a little cut, get a little sexy. And I don't know, man. Just what a shitty way to go, Anyways, till next year. Well, I mean, we'll be doing vlogs, but like no World Series vlogs till next year, of course. But I don't know. I better shut up now. I might say something stupid. Not like I already have it. See you guys. Thanks for joining me on the ride.
Right? You don't care that we lost money because you're gonna get doggy treats. You're gonna get whatever you want, huh? You're good boys. We're gonna play and play and play all day and all month because Daddy's home.